Hi, I'm Adriana, and in this video, I'll show you how to choose the right infrared heater. Only the space itself and its use can give the answer to which energy system is best suited for a given space. If you are considering a radiant type of heating for your space, here are a few ideas to consider when making your choice. The basic consideration you need to give to the choice of medium. The most commonly used are gas, electric, and hot water. In case you are deciding between gas radiators, the first dilemma you need to address is flue gas exhaust. Combustion byproducts can be extracted either from the space or directly from the appliance. In the first case, these are light or ceramic infrared radiators. These are devices with external gas combustion and a very high surface temperature. This means that the radiation has a high intensity, a dense radiant flux, and a very precise direction of the emitted radiation. In addition, it is a relatively compact appliance. These advantages can be effectively utilized for localized heating of a workstation, allowing you to precisely define the heated area. It is also an ideal appliance for environments with polluted air, where the intensity and density of radiation flow determine how much energy is lost on its way from the source to the target. These powerful emitted waves are also less affected by air exchange and drafts, such as those in a warehouse. These appliances can perform well outdoors if the flame is shielded from wind and weather conditions. They are particularly useful for process heating. However, these benefits come with the need to ventilate the space to remove combustion byproducts, ensuring air quality is maintained and employees' safety is not compromised. However, with the products of combustion, we will also vent the heat produced, which is energetically disadvantageous. In the latter case, this negativity is eliminated. Dark gas-fired infrared heaters are already larger-sized units. Although they have a lower surface temperature, the density and intensity of the radiant flow is still quite high, and so we can direct the heat emission precisely to the target. Also, the radiation angles are larger, and allow these appliances to be used for both local and whole house heating. The flue gases from the radiator can be taken out through the chimney to the outside. If the combustion air is also drawn in from outside, the air quality of the room or hall is independent of the operation of the radiators. These devices are suitable for heating most large volume spaces and can also withstand a significant degree of air exchange and ventilation, and thus often become an option for buildings with poorer insulation properties, for example as an alternative to insulation or roof reconstruction, etc. They are versatile types of radiators for various applications. Low temperature, or also called super dark infrared radiators, can have an order of magnitude higher output than the previously mentioned types, but operate at lower surface temperatures. The emitted electromagnetic waves become more curved at this wavelength and the radiant flux density decreases. They are therefore more suitable for heating larger areas or whole area heating. It is the lower intensity and density that makes them more suitable for spaces with minimal air exchange and ventilation. They are most commonly found in new buildings with lower ceilings, where the lack of focused beams is compensated by the overall heat concentration within the space. Electricity is in most cases the choice where gas is not available, and it would be complicated or expensive to bring it on site. It may also be the preferred choice for special electricity purchase tariffs, or if you are directly generating enough electricity. Last but not least, it can be an alternative to gas as a quicker route to the desired temperature, as there is less paperwork involved, fewer professions and revisions, and no need to deal with chimneys. Here we can choose appliances based on halogen lamp, quartz, or resistance cell. In this order, the appliances also have their own characteristics and advantages, from short to medium to long characteristics of the emitted waves. This is also related to the ratio of radiant heat to the total heat produced, from 85% to 60% to 40%. The same applies to how heat builds up in the space. Conversely, we can evaluate the sense of comfort during prolonged exposure, or the light emission associated with the radiation. Halogen types are most suitable for local heating and also process heat. They also work well outdoors and are able to transfer heat over large distances and through polluted space. With lower power consumption, the device can be installed at a greater height while maintaining the same level of perceived warmth. At the other end of the spectrum are emitters with resistive cells. They certainly produce less light and are more pleasant for employees to be in the space for long periods of time. On the other hand, they are more sensitive to pollution, wind drafts, or installation height. With the additional overlapping of resistant cells, the appliance is also suitable for office spaces, churches, exhibition halls, or representative buildings. If your choice is to use hot water in a radiant heat system, you can use radiant panels. These are large area radiators designed for heating extensive spaces, particularly those with low ceiling clearance, through which warm water circulates. These appliances have a very low surface temperature, and their radiant density and intensity are very limited. They should be considered especially in very well insulated buildings, with low losses and no air exchange. With sufficient supply water temperature, they can transfer a pleasant radiant heat over a short distance in a relatively clean space. This is already a centralized source. The primary reason for significant energy savings and cost reduction, stemming from direct energy use in the appliance itself without distribution networks or energy conversion, does not apply here. Radiant panels certainly have their place in the energy industry and offer an efficient heating system in specific spaces. In case you have gone through the decision-making process up to this point, you still need to subject your choice to suitability criteria for the type of operation, type of activity, layout, and more. We will be happy to help you with this. Choosing an energy system is strategically important and has many aspects to address. Take advantage of our free consultations, inspections, and expert advice.